He was never the kind of man people could easily understand. From the outside, he looked complete confident in the way he walked, composed in the way he spoke, and distant in the way he carried himself through crowded rooms. People admired him, some even envied him, but no one truly knew him. They saw the strength, the calm, the quiet authority, but they never saw the silence that followed him everywhere like a shadow. It wasn't the peaceful kind of silence. It was heavy. The kind that fills your chest when you have too much to say but no one to say it to. And over time, he had made peace with that silence. Or at least, he had learned how to live with it. His days were predictable, almost mechanical. He would wake up early, go through the same routine, complete his work with precision, and return to a space that felt more like a pause than a home. There were no messages waiting for him, no one asking how his day went, no laughter echoing through his evenings. Just stillness. And in that stillness, his thoughts grew louder. Sometimes he wondered if love was something meant for people like him. Maybe it was for those who were expressive, open, easy to understand. Not for someone who had built walls so high that even he couldn't remember what was on the other side. He didn't hate love. In fact, somewhere deep inside, he believed in it more than most people. But belief alone doesn't bring something into your life. Timing does. And his timing had always been empty. Until one day, without warning, everything shifted. It wasn't a grand moment. No dramatic music, no slow-motion scene like in the movies. Just an ordinary day, in an ordinary place, where people were moving too fast to notice anything unusual. And then there she was. Simple. Quiet. Almost easy to overlook if you weren't paying attention. But something about her presence felt different. Not loud, not overwhelming. Just real. She looked at him, and for a brief second, their eyes met. "Hi," she said. That was it. Just one word. Soft, natural, unforced. But somehow, it stayed. He wasn't used to moments like that. Conversations, for him, were usually structured, purposeful. This felt effortless. He replied, "Of course." A simple greeting. Nothing special. And yet, as they went their separate ways, he found himself thinking about it. About her. About the way her voice carried a kind of calm he had never noticed before. Days passed, and then it happened again. Another small interaction. Then another. Slowly, without either of them realizing it, those small moments started forming something bigger. Not a relationship, not even a clear friendship, just a connection. The kind that doesn't need definitions to exist. She didn't try to impress him. She didn't ask him questions to fill silence. In fact, she seemed comfortable with silence itself. And that confused him. Because for the first time, his silence didn't feel like a burden around her. It felt shared. "Why do you stay so quiet?" she asked him one day, her tone gentle, not accusing. He paused. Most people never asked that. They assumed things. But she waited. "Maybe," he said slowly, "because I never found someone who really wanted to listen." She didn't respond immediately. She just looked at him, not with pity, but with understanding. "Maybe," she said, "you just didn't meet the right person yet." There was something in the way she said it. Not as a statement. Not as a promise. Just a possibility. And somehow, that was enough. From that moment on, something changed. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but quietly, like everything else between them. He started noticing things he had ignored before. The way she listened not just to his words, but to his pauses. The way she never rushed him to speak. The way her presence made everything feel lighter. For the first time in a long time, he didn't feel alone in his own world. He began to open up. Slowly. Carefully. Like someone testing water after years of standing on the edge. He told her small things at first, random thoughts, quiet observations, pieces of his day. And she listened. Always. And in return, she shared her own world with him. Not in long speeches, but in simple truths. Her thoughts, her fears, her quiet hopes. She wasn't perfect. She didn't try to be. And maybe that's why he felt so drawn to her. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into something that felt like a rhythm. They didn't label it. They didn't need to. What they had was real, and sometimes, that's more than enough. But somewhere deep inside, he knew, things that feel this right often don't last forever. And maybe that's what scared him the most. Because for the first time, his silence wasn't empty anymore. It was filled with her.